Welcome back to Level Up TV. We're on map 2 of the Czech Republic versus the mighty France. Tornado will be the second map. The first map went massively in favour of France. Absolutely dominant victory. Lincoln hit some kind of world record frags. Probably. We'll just make that assumption. Let's have a look at the teams quickly. Detor, Flatek, Krissa and Frag for Czech Republic. For France we've got Win, CRV, Gizmo and Lincoln. So this is Tornado. A lot of you probably won't have seen this map. It is a double power-up map. It's about as small as a dual map, to be honest. So there is going to be a lot of action going on. Full arsenal of weapons with the machine gun and gauntlet off spawn. Shotgun, grenade launcher, rocket launcher, lightning gun, railgun and plasma gun. No BFG, of course. It's only got the one yellow, which is on the opposite side of the map to the red armor. We're at the red armor position at the moment. The Frag taking control of that as we sit. Interesting positions such as the railgun is underwater and it exits through a telly up by the red armor, and that is just by the quad damage. On the other side of the map, lightning gun right next to the battlesuit. So let's just follow the teams and see what kind of tactics they employ. Gizmo with a rocket launcher. See that bit of water there is where the railgun spawns, picking up that green armor. And I would imagine the primary objective is going to be take control of that red armor and cycle the spawns of the railgun. Make sure you've got plenty of them. We've got the quad and battlesuit time up 15 seconds time, so pretty average kind of spawn time for those power-ups. The quad spawns in this position right now. We see the Czech Republic, 4 players trying to secure that now. They are 5-1 to the good. You can see it, just massive turnaround potentially. Look at this, there's the battlesuit. It was a good rocket in, we saw. Didn't see the outcome of that rocket, but maybe it did a bit of key damage. 200 armor now for Krissa. Almost full health. There is the battlesuit. Doesn't go too aggressive on it straight away. Didn't want to run into a rocket. Just drop off. Takes a bit of shaft damage to Gizmo. But Krissa still with this quad is going to aggress on the red armor position. The battlesuit is there. Does miss the rail shot. That's going to be crucial because he's not going to be able to go up the bounce pad now, especially with only 3 health. Another key item that spawns right by the red armor is the rocket launcher on the top of those boxes straight ahead of us now. Oh, nice railing from Chris. Kind of accidental, but he gets his second impressive of the match. Still 5 frags to the good of the Czech Republic. And it seems like both teams going to go pretty aggressive on that red. Wind spawning right next to the lightning gun. There is a green armor spawn right by it. Only left with 7 health wins. So I can't think he's going to survive too much longer, although that 25 will help to lengthen that survival time. Red armor is going to be gathered up by a French player here. Cycle around a little bit. CRV in this red position with the railgun. You've got to be careful because they can attack from this upper position. And the lower one they can do a lot of spam. Rocket jumps up! Flame frag here, very nice rockets. We've got 10 seconds to go until the power-up spawn, and it looks like Czech Republic are favouring this quad for sure. Good defensive play from Frag there, coming in at that right angle, takes out 2 of the French players. He could probably rush off maybe to the battlesuit. Lincoln on the other side of the map, picking up the battlesuit. Excuse me. Goes aggressive on that quad, great play from him. Gets a couple of frags to secure this red position as well with that battlesuit. Nice rockets, and he finishes off frag, 3rd frag on this run. 5 seconds to go until this red armor spawns. And the French in control of the red again. There we go, that is the rail spawn. Lincoln just missing out on that occasion. Frag trying to jump off and grab that green in front of him. Detor, good ambush position with the pummel, but it's multiple frags there Lincoln is getting. Bringing their lead up to 9 on the board. It looks like Czech Republic are very focused in on that rail. As Lincoln is eventually set down, there we go. Waiting on that rail position, as we see. Probably will exit through the telly, cycle round a little bit. CRV coming up against Detto. Oh my god! Krista takes him out in the air with a rocket. And it's a little bit more standoffish now than it was a couple of minutes ago. Oh, of course, the Mega Health spawns right in the center of the map. Something else to remember. Get time on that, you can just dive out and grab it every single time. But of course, such an open position. If the other team's got a time on it as well, they can always just pop a rocket on there. Totally gonna negate it. 10 seconds to go until the quad spawns. Wins is in a devastating position here. The Czech players are in serious trouble. They should be securing as well. France on the other side of the map. The battlesuit. There we go. Picked up by Wins. He is eliminated, but Lincoln with the battlesuit on the other side of the map. 46% LG. Does have it in his hands. It's got red armor. And the 2 crates of LG ammo there as well. Important to try and keep them under control. Nice rocket play from Lincoln, just diving into more rockets. All the Czech players have rockets. Are they spawning with them?
Excellent.
Great little run from Lincoln there, but excellent play from Wins was the key. Eliminating any chance Czech Republic players had of getting that quad, then grabbing it himself. Very fast, rapid play on this map so far. Seems like every corner you got to watch out for. Players spawning and running around. His Wins just dropping down. Does manage to grab that rocket right in front of Detour. And the French have had a fairly tight lock on this red side of the map. We see that the Czechs are so worried about that. They're constantly coming in, trying to win back this red, trying to grab the rails. It's not a massive lead though France have built up. Look at that great attack by Fat Czech with the plasma briefly. Krista coming in the other side supporting it. It looks like quite a big team push there from the Czech Republic. Does get control of that red. It could be the last one before the power up as well. Let's just have a look at some of the stats. 11-4 on the reds. In fact, just diving down on the grenades. Chris, I'm a bit surprised he actually did drop for that. Yeah, 11-4 on the reds. Even the yellows, they're ahead. Oh my god. Frag managed to miss that red somehow. And that could have cost him big time. Detour getting the battlesuit though, but a very weak Gizmo grabbing the quad. Switch round to the battlesuit.
Excellent.
And so, this is the chance. The Czechs can bring this back now. This has been a good passage of play for them. It was that attack before the final red, before the power-ups, where they took over the red position. They got a lot of frags on the French, and I think they just sent them all a bit out of position. Messed up the French setup.
Impressive.
Oh, Detour's going to get caught out here on the bounce pad by Lincoln's plasma. Probably just went a little bit too aggressive. They didn't need to drop down. I know he wanted that shotgun, but it might have been better just to sit up at the top and rail. Just to stop the French from attacking, if anything. Lincoln now in this upper position. They do just miss out on that mega. You see both teams are quite committed towards getting that mega health. Look at some of the stats here for Lincoln. 40% LG, stand out. 16% rail, so I mean, on the last map where he was absolutely dominant with rail. Not so impressive this time. Misses yet another shot. Oh, good 3-man rush from the Czechs there. Switch around a bit. Lincoln just dropping off. Sorry, Wins just dropping off. And just rushed on by the Czech players. And it's really not a very big margin. And see, just the way these maps play out, even though it's a similar speed of play to the previous map, Map knowledge counts for so much in this game. That the Czechs are keeping very close to the French at the moment. Lincoln just above, right into this mega health. This could be a good push. Looks like they might have secured the quad already, so sending multiple players to push on the battlesuit. Easy battlesuit grab though for Lincoln in the end. Frag trying to catch him out with shotgun point blank range. He doesn't have any armor. That's a massive delay. The quad does hit a rail on the battlesuit. Wind's taken out as well. See Chrissa trying to utilize the rail with this quad here. He could do with that shotgun. Not going to make a rush on the red though, it looks like. Oh, hits the battlesuit with a good rail. The battlesuit has run out. But now with this delay between the two, it's going to become even more important to go and secure that battlesuit first time. It's actually a 7-second margin, which is more than enough time to take that battlesuit across from one side of the map to the other. I mean, it's such a small map here. So battlesuit is going to be vital. And this actually really makes the game a lot more interesting now. So we see both sides will have to go to the battlesuit side of the map before it spawns. Unless they want to really risk it. But I can't imagine that would be a good tactic when the map's so small. Wind's just playing this red army. Does just jump on that rocket launcher there. Does survive somehow with that 4 health. And backs off. Does even get another frag. Just shows, don't just throw away your life. Oh. Very interesting. If it wins this cycle round, CRV just waiting on this rail position. Doesn't look like it's coming up anytime soon. Here we go, 20 seconds before the battlesuit. The French are already getting in positions to defend it. Gizmo sitting back deep. Chrissa 100. So that could be good defensive play actually from the French. We've got 5 seconds to go before the battlesuit. Chrissa decides to sit back. Lincoln's going to sit on this battlesuit here. He's not really rushing to the quad, so he might get away with not going to it there. I don't think he had a rocket launcher, Lincoln, so maybe that's why I wasn't so keen to rush up. Chrissa with the quad versus Lincoln with the battlesuit going rail for rail. Of course, the quad's more vulnerable. He does go down. Lincoln had 80 health. But effectively, by fighting for that amount of time, nullified each other. France come out on top in terms of the red armor position. Just fighting in the central atrium area. Nice rocket launcher play from Lincoln. Does eventually get the frag and actually survive somehow, even though his health was so low for so long. So they've got more of a cushion now, a 20 frag margin. Flat check, just sitting up top. Gotta watch out, doesn't give away his shaft to, say, Gizmo. He's gonna frag his teammate. Frag just coming in, looks like it's going very sassy on this red now. Frag for frag. CRV though with armor, and his teammate we heard got the red behind, so France should have an armor advantage at this point. CRV would do well to probably just sit on this battlesuit side and make sure it's secure now. We've got 20 seconds till that spawns. So there's a bit of a debate maybe about that green armor, whether Lincoln should take it. Because I presume he's going to be the one going the run. Let's switch around to Lincoln now. Yeah, it is going to be him for the battlesuit. Are they not watching low? Going to just drop on the head of Detour. It's everything he needs to do. It's going to be a rush job now to try and get to the quad in time. Decides to take the route up to the red though. Flat check's going to go down. He's got 2 health shafted down. Let's switch back to Lincoln with this battlesuit. He's already on this red, just waiting for it to spawn. Doesn't really need it. Could do with a teammate really coming and taking it instead, but he's going to grab it and then rush out and start looking for those frags. Probably, potentially 5 seconds wasted in that battlesuit there, but I guess the primary objective was to get Lincoln stacked and secure this red, so it's turned out as alright in the end. And during that time we built up to about a 30 frag margin here in favour of the French. That's a bit more realistic of probably what we've seen on most maps. I mean, Hidden Fortress is just one of those maps that obviously France are very, very effective at. And we're back to that Lincoln Ultra Quake POV of just a guy roaming around doing whatever he wants, barely losing any armour, hitting every shot, fragging and fragging and fragging. Does take a rail shot there, takes a second rail shot, that really cost him his life there. CRV going to go down as well, and the red is up on its spot. They need somebody with a bit of armour to take it. That's Detour, the switch round to him. 15 seconds before the battle suit. Looks like they're going to go in the low area. Just jump right into that shaft. Took a lot of damage from CRV, but he comes out on top because of his stack. We've only got 8 seconds to go before the battle suit. And the Czechs have moved in here in a really good position. They better watch out low. No one comes in and steals it though. Whoa, almost. And Chrissa manages to do the pick. I think he went up the bounce pad and then remembered that quad would be up soon. Manages to get in there in time, but oh, that's great rockets from Lincoln. Absolutely amazing rockets. Pity it was against the battlesuit. Chris coming out on top in that fight. I think actually Chris managed to rocket his own quad player. He just picked it up. Of course, he was just covering a shot. The idea really of getting the battlesuit there is to eliminate the quad or control the zone. Secure it is more of a last second thing. And as I say, like going up the bounce pad kind of suggested it wasn't on his mind to rush there immediately. And then he either remembered or someone said, go to quad. But that's exactly what I expected the French to do, but they didn't do it on the previous occasions. So closing in about a 40 frag margin. It's not something we really want to see again. The Czechs going down by quite a lot, but there's 2 sets of power-ups left. They can bring this back quite a way in this time. And I mean, seriously, the Czech Republic team is not a weak team by any means, but France is definitely one of the absolute favourite teams. And it's very impressive play considering this map. I can't imagine they've practiced it that many times. I don't think anybody has. Lincoln just in this underground area, railing, well, rocketing up because of a railgun as well. See, the thing about this area, it's really great for hitting a lot of rails, but because it's so tight, there's spawns all around you and people just come from everywhere, you can't really safely just stand here and rail. Not in an organised match. Battlesuit is picked up. Gizmo picking it up. There's the quad from... is eliminated anyway, so got a free run of the map on this penultimate power-up for Gizmo with the battlesuit. As the Czechs hit 100. Not quite a Lincoln run there from Gizmo, but none too shabby either. So last few minutes, I mean, you might want to give us in your comments what you think about this map. Most people probably won't have seen it played before. I think it's actually provided us with quite a rapid gameplay. Relatively exciting. Not some good power-up play from Lincoln, I guess, but you'd just expect that on any map. Not that great a power-up play, though, tactically, I don't think. And so focused around this red armour side. We're hardly seeing the battlesuit yellow side of the map. I mean, whoever I switch to is pretty much on the red side, despite it being such a tiny map. I mean, I've literally gone through like all the players there, and they're all on that side of the map. And yet, how small is this map? CRV just going at the bounce pad, just stealing away that red there. from the Czechs. 15 seconds before. See this walkway through to the battlesuit room here. Good play from Fat Czech. Brilliant play, in fact. Great railing, and it looks like they might actually secure this battlesuit. About 5 seconds to go before that spawns. Want to watch that lower entrance bit. Yeah, that's the danger zone. Great grab on the battlesuit. Oh, fails the rocket jump. That's going to cost them any chance of just stealing it. I'm not sure why Lincoln just killed his teammate there, but he did. Looking at going to wait on the rail, is he? Interesting risk taken doing that. The battlesuit's gone right up to the red armor. Catches him coming out the spawn. Couple of frags there for Lincoln. Using machine gun so loud in my ears. Oh my god, Gizmo takes him out with a grenade launcher. Last 30 seconds. France are going to take this match 2-0 in the ClanBase Nations Cup 2012. Nice play from Gizmo there. And here we are. Final statistics. Let's switch over. Have a look at some of the detailed stats. Lincoln 9.8k, 5.4 he took. High accuracies. 3 other players there. And there we go.